Hello everybody and welcome back to a bit of a more enthusiastic episode than last time, let's be honest. And well, if you enjoyed last time, then be sure to like, subscribe, comment what you think, any suggestions of course. And well, let's get straight into today's action. And as you can see, we're just pondering the menus as usual, but I decided, even though it's early in the season, after our woes last time out, we have to take a grid penalty. And, well, as you're about to see in a minute, I make the decision to go all out and just save ourselves the trouble for basically the rest of the season, just in case we have any more reliability woes. And, well, surely it's going to pay dividends. And it does mean we've missed qualifying. So we will be starting from the back again. Let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to the 1998 Formula 1 World Championship, and I am your host Aaron Smith. And after last time out in Zandvoort, this weekend is a big opportunity for our title contenders, mainly being the two Ferraris of Schumacher and Irvine, to take the lead at the end of this race. And around this Catalunya circuit, a fairly long track, 2.8 miles of non-stop action and 16 corners. A fair bit of elevation as you go in towards that middle sector. But anyway, this track is an all-time classic, and well, apart from that new chicane obviously, it's a pretty decent track to hot lap. Maybe not for racing. But anyway, let's get into today's action, and starting off with qualifying yesterday, a lot of grid penalties up and down the grid, especially for some of our front runners. The two Benettons specifically taking grid penalties, and they'll be starting right at the back. As you can see, the two McLarens occupying the front row, and there is your championship leader starting in 11th. Eddie Irvine has had a absolutely amazing start to this season, and well, the opposite could be said about the Jordans. And we'll see what they can do in this race. And well, it was the McLaren of Mika Hakkinen who occupies the pole position with his teammate alongside. Jacques Villeneuve in 3rd place, Damon Hill in 4th, Frentzen in 5th, Schumacher in 6th, Barrichello in 7th, Alesi 8th, Magnussen 9th, Schumacher 10th, Irvine 11th, Herbert 12th, Salo 13th, Della Rosa in 14th, Rosset in 15th, Genet in 16th, Nakano 17th, Fisichella in 18th, Verstappen 19th, and Aaron Smith dead last with 65 place grid penalty.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Well, Jeff, we'd like to keep the momentum going, but like most of this season, we have a tough job on our hands, but we know we can do it. We've done it before as we wait for the lights to go out. And we are underway here for the Spanish Grand Prix. The two McLarens lead away pretty well then, but I saw one of the Jordans trying to get involved in that top fight. And well, the two Benettons right to the back, myself of course, just trying to file a gap into turn 1. We try and look on the inside of our teammate, but it's not going to quite work out. There is a spinner up front, there is yellow flags, and that is one of the McLarens, that's Mika Hakkinen! And he is off the track from pole, and he is right at the back now. But we're going to carry on with our race though, as we send it into turn 4 on Verstappen, as we try and eye up his teammate. And we got Nakano in the process as we go around the outside of Rosset. That's a risky move, especially knowing how aggressive the AI are on this mod and this game. But we're just managing to slip ahead. It's getting very close to Salo in front. But we've made up some decent ground. We're going to try and go for the overtake into turn 9. We know we're quick through this middle and end sector. And we slip up into 15th place, and it's going well so far. Me and my teammate making steady progress. And let's hope we can keep it that way and possibly score some good points today. We can't let any of our rivals catch up, especially not Sauber or Williams. But yeah, we're just filing through these last horrible corners. Thank God they're getting rid of them this year. Let's all come to an agreement on that. As David Coulthard then leads away at the front as we try and feather the throttle through that final corner. We know how difficult these cars are to drive, but we have superior straight line speed on the arrows, and we are up into 14th place as my teammate tries to go for a move on Jenny in front as we go through the first few corners, now into 3.
Good job.
And we're going to take a look at a replay of what happened to Hakkinen, and yeah, just got too excited on the exit of 2. And very, very odd mistake from Hakkinen. And he's got a lot of ground to make up, but we're focusing on our race now. Jenny is our next target, 13th place into turn 10, late on the brakes. And we move ourselves up another position. And we've got some yellow flags behind us. Wouldn't be surprised if someone's had it coming together. And I believe that's one of the Tyrrells it is. As we go into turn 5, and yeah, that was just incredibly clumsy. What more can you say? I think the AI are incredibly clumsy here. And now we just wait for the VSC to end, and we're going to be really smart with this. We're going to get the slipstream all the way down here, put it into rich mode. As a look at the speed that we have on Magnussen and my teammate, we're going to go for the double overtake into turn 1. That was a smart play, not to toot my own horn, but I say that was a pretty darn good overtake. But now we're focusing on getting into the top 10 as we sneak up the inside of Barrichello, trying to maybe put Herbert under a bit of pressure. And we still got Barrichello on our right-hand side. Excuse me, could barely get the words out of my mouth. But Herbert then gets all squirrely and just completely bottles 9th place. And that gives us a grand opportunity to move ourselves up. And some of the AIs you can see going for a more aggressive strategy, a 2-stop, whereas we like to go for the 1-stop. I think the 1-stop is the way to go on these tyres, but not sure the AI quite understand that. Yeah, but we got another VSC out, and I think that's one of the Williams who's involved, and it looks like it's on the exit of turn 9, and it is. This is on board with one of the Saubers, and oh my god, oh dear, that's 3 cars involved. Villeneuve, Alesi, and one of the Arrows. That might be Della Rosa. I'm not 100% sure, though. But on the exit of 9, the Arrows nearly crashes into his teammate. Oh my god, that would have been bad. But that's an almighty pile-up. Three cars involved in that. Very, very surprised we didn't get a safety car. Or even I think we got a VSC, but not a full safety car. But on lap 17, then we come in for our one and only stop onto the hard compound tyre. And not a very quick pit stop from our team, but it doesn't really matter. We're kind of in our own space after those incidents behind. And a lap later, then there's an incident up ahead, and I think that's Coulthard and Schumacher. I don't believe it. I mean, you're obviously watching what's happening right now, but what? I don't believe what I'm seeing. Coulthard just loses it, and Schumacher just has nowhere to go, and that is massive for the championship. And also at the exact same time, you're seeing on your screen Hill, his terrible season getting even worse as he has engine problems. But wow, we have a chance to get a podium now in our 5th race in Formula 1. And we're going to take it. Hopefully, we do have Hakkinen and a few cars behind. And we can only hope that Herbert holds him up enough that we can defend. And we overtake the Stewart that was a lap down. Obviously, we're not going to be able to challenge Irvine for the win as much as I'd like to. But our car just isn't there yet. He's about a second and a half quicker than us per lap, I'd say. But at the moment, we seem to be best of the rest in terms of consistency, reliability. And yeah, and that's Mika Hakkinen out!
out of the race.
All of the top runners in this race are bossing it into 10. He just has a little nudge, and yeah, what we've seen time and time again. And there's another yellow flag behind. The AI really can't drive this circuit, and I think that's Herbert. That's Johnny Herbert. Our teammate is now in third place. It's going to be a double Benetton podium. This is on the final lap, bear in mind. I don't believe this. But it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Eddie Irvine wins. But what really matters, as we come around the final corner, we make it onto the second step on the Formula One podium.
Top job, my friend.
With a bit of luck, sure, but we did it in only our 5th race of our career. Absolute scenes.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Well then, another dramatic race comes to a close. The two Benettons, who were starting 20th and 18th, have finished 2nd and 3rd. This career mode is on different levels of crazy. And yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, you can say it's luck, but at the end of the day, right place, right time. We made the correct calls, and yeah, wow. And obviously, you know, Eddie Irvine is running away with it at the moment. And unless Schumacher or the McLarens can buck their ideas up, I don't think anyone is getting anywhere near the Irishman, as he really is the man to beat this season, which is very, very weird to see, if I'm being honest. There's the championship standings. Irvine has a pretty good lead with about 11 races to go. And speaking of going, I'm going to go after an amazing race. I've been Aaron Smith, and I will see you next time.